Welcome to Average News.
I'm Rachel.
I'm Kaylee.
I'm Shay. I'm Allie.
And I'm Tanner.
And this is Average News! Good morning, and welcome to Information You Should Probably Know, our special program brought to you by Average News. Today's topic, Gothic architecture. In the center of town, the people have begun to build a church of the Gothic style. Now, some of you may be asking yourselves, what is this Gothic style? Some of you may know it as the French style. This dramatic look was first developed in Paris, France, and its high arches and wide window openings soon made it very popular. I'll be traveling to the site of the church construction in hopes of talking to a couple of the architects there and learning more about the structure of this new style. Hello. Unfortunately, we were not able to gain access to the site of the construction of the church, so we came to the architect's workshop. Hello. Can I have you tell a little bit about yourself to the viewers back home?
Hi, my name is Billy Builder, and I'm the head architect on the construction of this church. I've incorporated the new designs of Gothic architecture to improve the look of the church.
Could you describe those to us, please?
The first is the pointed arch. The structural advantage is that the pointed arch puts the weight onto the bearing piers or columns at a steep angle. This enables me to raise vaults much higher than I was able to with the traditional Romanesque architecture. The look of this arch also suggests being close to heaven and adds much height to the building. I've also added the flying buttresses. No one is sure who invented such a form of architecture, but it is very useful. A flying buttress is an arch that transfers the thrust of a vault to a lower support. The main advantage of this is that the outer walls no longer need to be heavy and massive enough to resist the lateral thrusts of the vaults because the vault exerts a force that must be counterbalanced.
Oh, that's very interesting. Now, I can see that there are many sculptures surrounding this church. What are these strange pieces of art?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. These are gargoyles. They are used to scare people into coming to the church, and that their presence assures people that evil is kept outside the church's walls. The French also tell a tale of a monster that's said to be a dragon with bat-like wings, a long neck, and the ability to breathe fire from its mouth. There are multiple versions of the story, either that Saint Romanus subdued the creature with a crucifix, or he captured the creature with the help of only one volunteer, a condemned man. In both tales, however, the monster is burned, but its head and neck would not, due to being tempered by its own fire breath. The head was then mounted on the walls of the newly built church to scare off evil spirits and used for protection.
Oh wow, what a fascinating story.
Yes, indeed. If you'd like to learn about the stained glass in our church, you can speak to the artist in her workshop.
Sounds swell! Hello there, we are in the studio of Mary Old, the stained glass window artist. The windows not only assist the beauty of the church, but also help tell the story of Christ for those who cannot read. Mary, could you just explain to our viewers the basic process of making these stained glass windows?
Well, the most important thing, of course, is the glass itself. And we love color. Color is why we live. And we hold it up to the light like this and it shines through in a bright way. Then we cut it with this beautiful glass cutter here. And after we cut the glass and get this shape, we have to put foil around the edge, which is this lovely thing right here. Now, it's a hard metal. I've pounded it thin, and then I bend it around the edge of the glass thusly. And once I get it around the piece of glass, then I can solder it. And I have this beautiful soldering iron that I keep in the fire at all time so that it is hot. And then I melt this beautiful metal here. And it goes down in between each piece of glass. This is an example here.
Of a final piece.
Yes, and you can see that I have soldered down through each piece of glass. Do you notice? Do you
yes,
see?
I see. That's very beautiful.
Isn't that nice? Thank you.
Thank you for that tutorial. Thanks for watching. I'm Allie, signing out.
This trusty longbow does the job every time. Stop. want a weapon for warfare or hunting, buy a longbow, like mine.
Yeah! I'm Tanner Morgan, reporting from Spain. Let's go see what the big problem is here. This is Bernat and Isabella.
Hey. Alright, so hey, Isabella, what's going on?
The soldiers are torturing the Jews that converted to Muslim.
Oh, wow. Let's go watch.
Wow, what a great show.
Nope, well, I guess we have to open this letter, apparently. What does it say? Oh my! The Muslim ruler King Boab Bedil surrendered his kingdom to us.
It also says that the Pope wants to meet with us.
Here comes the Pope! Hey, Pope.
Hello. Because of your wonderful deed of saving the Christian religion, Isabella the First of Castle and Fernand the Second of Aragon are now known as the Catholic monarchs.
Well, thank you, sir.
As you can see, a lot of things are going on in Spain.
Hello there. My name is Shay Jewel, and I would like to offer you the chance of a lifetime. Have you ever longed to master the craft of winemaking or carpentry? Well, my friend, look no further. Our guild here can assist you in achieving the great success you and your family has always desired. Upon arrival to our comfortable quarters, you will begin your training as an apprentice. Although most want to advance quickly, mastering the craft can take many years, but these years are filled with great knowledge and enjoyment. As an apprentice, the master, who is the top of the guild, will teach you how to be a man. Once you've learned the way of the craft, you will advance up to the honorable journeyman status. This means you now will get hands-on experience dealing with customers. We here at Shay's Guild care about the customers and believe in fair pricing. Our prices will always be adequate due to the fixed pricing policies. This limits unhealthy competition between our business and others that surround. Let's not forget that you, working for our guild, will help fund the first non-religious schooling. As a journeyman, your hours and conditions are always regulated and fair, but you must always be at the complete disposal of your master of the guild, for they are the one paying for your hard-earned salary. Although being a master might seem desirable, it takes an extensive amount of time to advance to that status, which is why showing knowledge on your craft is a necessity. You will have a 6-day work schedule due to the time you need to work on your masterpiece. This masterpiece is a display of all you've learned from your master. If your master approves, you are to become a master yourself and can now rule your own guild and teach young apprentices that were once like yourself. To get this amazing offer, you must act fast. Sign up now, please.
Hi, we're in Rouen, France, at Joan of Arc's burning at the stake execution. Before this day, Joan led a normal peasant life up until the age of 13 when she started to hear voices along with a blaze of light. These voices were identified as saints who told her to dress in male attire, get the English out of France, and finally to help the Prince Henry V get the French throne. Joan is now known as the French peasant who led the French forces to victory against the English. Her nickname is Maid of Orleans. And here's Joan now. Hi Joan, are you nervous?
Well, kind of, but I know I did what I needed to do and tried my hardest.
What did you accomplish in these past years?
Well, I became captain with Henry V and had an army. I also got the English to lift their siege on Orleans.
Wow, that's great. Were there any specific battles at this time?
Yes, there was the Battle of Patay, and the French won that.
Oh, well you must be proud.
Yes, I am very.
So, switching over to the present, what happened so that you're here now?
Well, I was captured by Burgundians. Then I was sold to the English and put on trial for heresy and questioned.
About what?
Things like my opinions, my male clothing, and even my obedience to my Catholic Church. I wanted my case to be heard by the Pope, but unfortunately my request was refused.
And what were the judge's rulings?
Apparently the judges interpreted my actions as magic.
Well, there you go, folks. On this day, May 30th, 1431, Joan of Arc will be burned at the stake for the accusations of her using witchcraft and heresy. Joan's heroism will be remembered in history. So now, leaving on a sad note, this was Kaylee reporting in Rouen. Goodbye, Joan. Have a nice afterlife. And now for some commercials.
You, yes you. Do you feel as though you're not living up to the standards of the amazing life you were meant to live? Are you tired of being told that it's your fault? Then join our monastery, where you'll never live a boring day again. Here at the monastery, you'll clean. You'll make wine, ale, and honey. You'll teach the youth. You'll spend all day copying the Bible. Again! And all the while, you're wearing this stylish robe. Just remember, when the time of daily prayer comes around, you must stop what you're doing and pray. Call the number on your screen in the next 12,567,357 days to join and receive a free straw bed for $10.99. Join today!
Shade Jewel reporting here live on scene as the new Pope Clement VII is sworn into the church. In these circumstances, one cannot but return to the memory of the Roman mob screaming that they desired a Roman or an Italian Pope after the tragic death of Pope Gregory XI. Once our new Pope Urban VI was chosen, many cardinals came to regret it. But enough about that, let's get closer to the action. Hello, Pope Clement VII. What are you most nervous about when becoming our new Pope?
When becoming the new Pope and soon moving to Avedon, I'm most worried about fulfilling all the necessary responsibilities of any Pope. I must be able to interpret biblical passages, deal with all the issues involving faith and mortality, and must ultimately be a spiritual leader until my death.
And how do you feel about the Roman Pope Urban the Sixth?
Honestly, he's a fake and a complete joke. I am the real Pope. And I bet he wishes he was, but that's most definitely not the case.
Excuse me, what was that? You know, if you have something to say, then you can say it to my face.
Oh, it seems as though our very own sassy Pope Urban VI was present this whole time!
Hey, all I was trying to say is I can excommunicate you anytime I please.
Same to you, bro.
Whoa, no need to get hostile.
Whoa, God! Well, it's a sunny day here, and we have a new Pope. let's interview a more willing subject, such as this nice young churchgoer. Hello, I'm Shay Jewell from Average News for the Middle Ages. Can we ask you a few questions?
Well, yeah, I guess.
Well, sir, what are your thoughts and opinions on these two, let's just call them dueling popes?
Well, personally, I'm on no one's side. I think it's pointless to fight when they both are supposed to be illustrating peace.
Well, that makes sense. What do you think is going to happen with the two popes desiring to be the only pope?
Well, obviously there's threats of excommunication. I assume that our Italian pope will stay in Rome and the other will go back to France.
And how do you feel about the possibility of a third pope?
Well, it wouldn't really resolve the problem. It would kind of just add. I think they should make the two resign and go from there.
So all in all, what does this mean for Catholics?
It's to be seen that the papacy will be greatly weakened by this dispute and probably never recover.
Thank you. Let's see how the progress is between the two popes. Hey, have we reached an agreement?
Yes, indeed we have. We've reached the agreement that I am going to excommunicate this fake, and he can go move to France. Wow.
Well, it seems as though both are excommunicating each other, and the Council of Constance will need to appoint another pope. Oh, jeez. This ought to cause much uproar and riot, leaving our faith enormously weakened. Yeah. This is Shay reporting live in Rome for Average News for the Middle Ages.
I'm looking for a knight who is strong, independent, loving, chivalrous, and sexy. A knight who will write troubadours and epic poetry that should make me cry tears of joy. A knight who will lay his jacket down on those nasty wet puddles. I need a man who is not Tanner.
Good morning. It's a lovely summer day in the English Middle Ages. I will be taking you on a tour of the not-so-nice areas of Paris today. I will be guiding you through the other side of poverty, filth, and rights that may or may not be considered fair. As you can see right here, the conditions of this area are much worse than the conditions of our viewers.
Can you spare some change, milady?
No. So anyways, as you can see, that old woman she reeks of poverty.
Hey!
Hi. So as I was saying, today we will be exploring the slums. People can't even afford proper plumbing in these parts, so they throw their... Oh my God, what had the Lord forsaken unto me? Well, let's see where these people really live.
Yes.
Hi, I'm with WMAN-TV, and we'd like to get a sneak peek at your living quarters. Would that be all right?
I
suppose
suppose
okay.
Notice all the straw on the floor and the crowded living space. As shown, many people are packed into this very tiny house.
As you can see, this neighborhood is full of poverty.
Huh?
This has been an absolute adventure, ladies and gentlemen, but I really have to get out of here. It's almost my lunch break, and I can't stand this filth anymore. Hey, get out of here! Tune in next time for more Life in the Big City.
Welcome to Crusade Camp. Crusade Camp is one of the most exciting camps ever. Here your child will learn to be a great warrior. If your child joins, the Pope says he will have a place in heaven. If your child will be in the Pope's order and bring the power of Jerusalem. One of your children might be the savior of the Christian religions. Here at Crusade Camp, there are many activities you can do. One of the activities are sword fighting.
This is so much fun! This is so much fun!
See how much fun they're having? They also go on a daily hike.